What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new movie review. And today I'm doing my movie review on Spider Man Brand New Day with no spoilers. So, here are my overall thoughts about this movie. It was so good, and I really loved it. I had a fun time watching this movie. I did watch it at my local Regal Theater yesterday with some of my friends, and I gotta say, I know I totally enjoy No Way Home the most, but this one was an absolute blast since I feel like Marvel is still back on track once again since they totally crushed it with this film. So I heard that the Shang-Chi director, which is Dustin Daniel Curtin, is directing it, not John Watts, since I want to know why John Watts is not directing it. But Dustin, on the other hand, did a great job directing this movie right here. So I was totally looking forward to this, as well as Doomsday, Mando and Grogu, some of the other films for this year. But this one was the best Spider Man movie that I've ever watched ever since No Way Home. So the movie already came out last week on July 31st, 2026. Well, mostly it came out like a late Thursday night premiere, as always, for some other films, especially like this one, but still it is out in theaters right now since the last day of July, which is July 31st, since last week on Friday. So for the cast members, I'm glad we get to see the return of Tom Holland as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, my favorite Spider-Man of all time. I still remember he did an amazing job playing as him, as always, since in 10 years, since I can't believe he was playing as Spider-Man in the MCU for 10 years now, since Captain America Civil War. That's just crazy. So, like I said, he did an outstanding job playing as Peter slash Spidey in the franchise and even the film itself, since gotta give him a lot of good credit for that, since that's still my most favorite role of his, and he still did an amazing job playing as the character himself. And we also get to see the return of Zendaya as MJ, since I'm glad she still did a very good job playing as her, since I love the great moments between her and Peter, and they are great together since I heard they got married, since I'm very happy for them. So yeah, she and Tom did a great job playing as both of those characters, as always, like how they did in the previous Spider-Man films for the MCU. But yeah, she still did a great job playing as MJ as always. And we also get to see the return as Jacob Batalon as Ned Leeds. I thought he still did a very nice job playing as Ned, since I still love the funny moments for him, since I love his great sense of humor for his character with all the quality right here. So yeah, it was great seeing Jacob returning to play as Ned after No Way Home, since I still miss seeing those characters on the big screen since that movie from 5 years later. But still, Jacob still did a very great job playing as Ned, just like how he did before in the previous MCU Spider Man films and some of the Avengers movies, too. And we get to see Sadie Singh's unknown character. Well, I know now what character she is. Well, while I was watching the movie yesterday, I'm starting to know who she is, but I can't say because that is definitely 100% of a spoiler. So I'm just gonna say Sadie Singh's unknown character did a very great job playing in the film itself, like that unknown character that we want to know who she is. Well, I can't say a word about it because that's definitely 100% of a spoiler, but still, she still did a great job with her acting performance for that unknown character, and she's still a great actress in my opinion. We also get to see John Bernthal as Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. So once again, John did a good job playing as Frank in the film, and even the previous Marvel projects, while he did play as the Punisher before, especially that old Netflix series. So yeah, I still think that actually I still remember that John did a great job playing as the Punisher in the Marvel franchise, because I am glad that he is in this film, because I wanted to see some Punisher and Spider Man moments. But yeah, John did a great job playing as Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, as always. And as for some of the other characters, we get to see William. Actually, let me rephrase that. So we get to see Liza Cohen Zayas as Detective Jean D. Wolf. I thought she did a good job playing as Detective D. Wolf in the movie because I wanted to know like who's that other character that we get to see like the set pictures of. Since I thought she did a great job playing as her, since I wanted to know the name of the character that she is playing as well as the name of the actress in the film. So I thought Liza did a good job playing as Jean Wolfe in the movie right here. And we get to see like Marvin Jones as Tombstone. So we get to see like only a bit of Tombstone in the movie. Well, I still wish we get to see more of him throughout the film, but I thought Marvin did a great job playing as the MCU's Tombstone. So yeah, I wanted to see how he turns out in the movie. Well, even though we did see like some like pictures of the first look of Tombstone, like some leaked pictures, but still, I thought Marvin was a perfect cast member as Tombstone in the film because he totally crushed it in this film, in my opinion. And same thing, the return of Michael Mando as Matt Gargan, aka Scorpion. So I'm glad they brought back Michael Mando as Scorpion since Homecoming. I was about to say Far From Home, but I meant to say Homecoming. So he was a great slash perfect actor to play as Scorpion in the MCU franchise. So he just totally crushed it with the character for the film itself. And even that only one post credit scene from Homecoming, well, actually, just the first post credit scene, since the second one was the Captain America one from that movie. But still, I just totally dig his character, and he just crushed it. Since hopefully we get to see more of him through the future MCU Spider-Man movies that they can make some, especially like Justin will direct more of them. So I totally did like the great moments right here. So, oh, by the way, one last thing. We get to see the return of Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. I was so happy that he came back to play as the Hulk, or Savage Hulk, I should say. So it's been a while since we've seen Jolly Green on the big screen since like Endgame, in my opinion. So I'm glad Mark Ruffalo is coming back to play as Bruce Banner slash the Hulk in this movie because it's been so long since we've seen him. But he is still my favorite Hulk, well, even though he did play as him in the What If seasons for that series in the past. But still, I'm glad he's back to play as him again. So now let's get into some of the scenes in the film, because like I said, if you guys already seen them like I have, you already know, but if you haven't, I won't spoil a thing as always. So one of my, well, a few of my favorite scenes of the film is the Spidey versus Hulk scene and the Punisher chase, what the Punisher tank chase scene is what I meant to say. So those were the only two scenes that I was mostly looking forward to in the film, especially the Spideyverse Hulk battle scene in the Department of the DODC building is what I meant to say. But still, those scenes were very great to me in my opinion because I was looking forward to watch all those cool scenes, and I totally did like the quality moments for some of the other clips for the film itself. And I just really dig the shots right here and even the visual and special effects too, since they totally just knocked it out of the park in my opinion too. So yeah, I just really did like some of the great scenes in my opinion. I totally did like that funny scene when we seen like in the trailer between Peter and Bruce. Like if you see me with the scene of Run with that running scene, that was pretty funny, that university scene. And I also did like some of the Spuddy tracker moments for Ned. I won't spoil a thing just in case. Well, to be honest, I thought those scenes were pretty funny in my opinion. So I just totally did like those funny moments for Ned with that Spidey tracker app that he created. So yeah, I just really did that. And I also did like the good scenes between like Spidey and MJ. Well, I just totally did like some of the good moments between those characters because I like how those two characters are together as always. And as for like the Spidey and Punisher moments, I totally dig those moments between Peter and Frank. So yeah, Tom and John are just like a great deal between like Punisher and Spider-Man because they always have like a bunch of children when they are like having some arguments, and even like how they're like playing things through. But still, I just totally did like those great scenes between those two characters in my opinion. And I'm glad we get to see the return of Savage Hulk. It's been so long since in Endgame back in 2019 with the time heist scenes, but I'm glad we get to see Savage Hulk again. I've been wanting to see him back in the MCU since Endgame, and that's what people wanted too. So I just totally dig like the great scenes for Savage Hulk, because like I said, I was looking forward to seeing that Spider-Man versus Hulk clash scene, or just Spider-Verse Hulk, whatever you want to call it. But still, I totally dig that, and I was looking forward to it ever since I reacted to the second trailer here on the channel back in June, right before my 23rd birthday. But still, I really adore all the fight scenes in my opinion. I really love the tank chase scene, and also I love like that funny part where Punisher was about to say the F-bomb after Peter was taking him out of his van. So yeah, that just totally cracked me up. I thought that was pretty funny. He almost says the F-bomb after, well, right before Peter webbed up his mouth. Well, that was just pretty funny to me in my opinion still. And yeah, I also like the scenes where Peter was using the webs right here, the organic webs instead of like the web shooting part, well, just the mutated parts. Well, always gives me like the man spider vibes because how Peter is mutating with his organic webs, but I don't want to give way too many details about it because that's also like some spoilers right here. But like I said, I won't spoil a thing. If I did just about, I apologize about that, but still, I won't spoil a thing. And some of the, well, let me rephrase that because I don't want to say and too much because I hate when I repeat myself. For the other scenes that I totally dig is the hand ninja battle scene. So I'm glad we get to see the hand ninjas in this movie. So I love the fight scenes too, but I still totally dig the take cheese scene and the Hulk battle scene, but the hand ninja fight scene, it was a blast. Since I was just very intrigued by that, since I was also looking forward to seeing that fight scene too in the film ever since the trailers and TV spots showed up. But yeah, I just totally dig all that sweet glory right here. So again, the quality for all the characters is pretty good to me in my opinion. So this whole thing takes place 4 years after No Way Home, because we all remember that everyone has forgotten about Peter Parker for their memories because of that Doctor Strange forgetful spell at the end of the No Way Home film. Since I wanted to see if people can remember Peter, especially MJ and Ned, but not with the whole Mysterio incident. Because I was hoping for that to happen, but I don't want to give too many details because, like I said, just the spoiler alerts. But I really dig some of the scenes with Sadie Sink's unknown characters. So I thought the Sadie Sink scenes were pretty good to me, in my opinion. So I just totally dig that for the film itself. Because, like I said, Sadie Sink was crushing with her character. Again, I won't say who it is because that's definitely a spoiler, just in case if you guys haven't seen the movie already, since at the end of July, which is the 31st, aka last Friday. But yeah, I just really dig all the cool scenes right here with her, and also like the other clips too, since I just totally dig that, and some of the new characters too. But yeah, I just really intrigued with all that goodies for the film itself. I was just totally intrigued by it. I also love the web slinging scenes in my opinion, and the shots for the film itself, as I already mentioned, are pretty good, but I honestly love the ones that recapture the old comic book covers for the classic old Spider-Man comics from the past. Since I love the one that has Tarantula in it, the other one where Peter was swinging that person around town, and then the third one that has Boomerang in it. So yeah, that was just pretty good, and I'm glad we get to see Boomerang and Tarantula in the film. Well, even though they didn't have enough screen time in the film, because I wanted to see more of those characters more often throughout the movie, but I get this is just how the whole film is. But I won't spoil a thing just in case. Well, I'm glad we get to see some of the other Spider-Man villains, that haven't appeared in any of the Spider-Man films, especially the ones that are part of the MCU, because I would love to see them in action, but in a good way, because very good quality for them, especially like some of the scenes with Tombstone right here, but still, I just totally dig everything else for this movie. So even though I still enjoy No Way Home a lot, but I honestly love this one right here, because I'm starting to fall in love with Brand New Day, in my opinion. Since I am planning on watching it again tomorrow on Tuesday after I go to work, because I still had a fun time watching this movie, in my opinion. And hopefully Spidey will return in Avengers Doomsday later this year, because I wanted him to come back in Avengers 5 at the end of 2026, because I still wanted that to happen. If not, we'll just wait until next year for Avengers Secret Wars. But I'm very desperate about it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for it. So yeah, that's just everything that I've seen for a Brand New Day. That's just my whole movie review for it. Since, like I said, it's still 100% good. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Same ratings I was giving for No Way Home since it's 2021. Because I still had a fun time watching it again. I'm still going to watch it again for the second time after I finish work tomorrow. Because I'm planning on watching it again this Tuesday with my other friends. Because I still had a fun time watching this film. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. I thought this movie was so good, since I feel like Marvel is back on track, but I just totally dig it, in my opinion. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you later.